Hey, well, good morning, everybody, for Monday, the 10th of April. Things have changed. The Atlantic's woken back up. We didn't need much encouragement. And we're back into this very unstable air, very unsettled weather, which unfortunately is going to dominate a lot of this coming week. As we look currently, as cold fronts just continue to slide across the UK, with behind it a trough line, which is going to make our lives a bit difficult as we go through today. Notice the tightness of the ice bars, though, that lovely area of high pressure now moving into Scandinavia and into Eastern Europe. As we go through into the next couple of days, you'll see that not really much improves. We get a flyable window tomorrow morning. Before, as you can see, although it has got a little bit less deep, this area of low pressure on Wednesday moves through a low of 979, which is still pretty low for this time of year. To hit the UK directly brings a significant amount of disruption probably for what is April or supposed to be spring. So yeah, we still remain in this very sort of wintry mix of weather. It's not quite April showers. And today, though, I think there could be some flyable gaps. Just depends how keen you are. Looking at the winds then, it does look very windy at height, actually, somewhere in the region of west-southwesterly, 35 to 40 knots. And the satellite picture over the UK shows a very damp start. And if we look at rain alarm, you'll be able to see that damp start currently over our region. It's not forever, though, because there is going to be a gap coming up and probably some more gaps later this afternoon. But it is going to be reasonably tricky and windy. Your public forecast then for today shows a top temperature of 13 degrees. You can see there sort of 15 to 20 knot winds, gusting up to 25, maybe even slightly more at times, west-southwesterly for the day. With a mixture of rain this morning, sunny intervals and showers throughout the day. Good visibility outside of the showers, though. But yeah, if I'm honest, as we look through this week, it's not looking that great at all. GFS shows 12 to 13 degrees, so at least it'll feel mild, and 8 degrees is the dew point this afternoon. Currently, that's the picture outside at Lasham. Cloud base probably around 500 feet. And a temperature of 10 degrees at the moment as that goes through. And as we look into what Odie was saying, overcast at 600 feet currently, and southerly winds as this goes through. The wind will continue to veer around to the west as we get later in the day. Farnborough reporting few at 500, broken at 1,000. And this afternoon, as you can see, it's looking reasonably tricky with strong gusty winds. The only real good thing here is, as you can see, few at 600, broken at 3,000 being the headline figure. But as you can see throughout that, it's still looking not particularly nice. Okay, top météo shows today there being a brief bit of thermal, but I think it'll just be blown to bits, if I'm honest. Maybe brightening up late this afternoon, but nothing really of note. Airspace-wise, well, things should have calmed down after the weekend. Parachuting still at that site just to the west of Benson, and nothing else really of note currently. There is a raw flight out of Farnborough at sort of lunchtime, but that's not really going to affect us, I think, based on today's plan. So I think really today's a day where if you're here and it gets flyable, great, but perhaps don't make any special efforts. We would use 27, but we'd probably launch from the intersection so that we don't have any issues with wind, any issues with flogged ground, because the ground is still going to be very wet. So yeah, if there's an opportunity to fly and you're here, then great, we can probably resource that. But I wouldn't make special efforts because that wind is pretty strong, and probably the training value today is probably not as useful as it would be perhaps on other days. We'll do our best this week to maximise any flying. One jet movement at 9:45 this morning, go to Amsterdam. And other than that, we will see you when we see you. Bye for now.